Before I found Jesus, I was trying to control everything while also living in fear. I was living a life of sin and didn't like who I was becoming. My life had some familial hardships and I needed someone to lean on. I couldn't do it on my own. In high school, I had a few Christian friends who got me interested in God and gave me my first Bible. I read that thing like there was no tomorrow, but I wasn't really connecting with God. During 2020, my life went through a lot of changes, so I started praying and reading my Bible intentionally. But something was still missing. I can see now that I wasn't truly trusting God and didn't know Jesus. In February 2023, I joined Rooted. While going through the series, I connected with a group of amazing people and found the closeness with God that I had been searching for. A lady in the group, who now holds a very special place in my heart, shared her story. I was deeply moved, but one thing in particular grabbed onto my soul. She said that when we were in the fire, in the worst times, God is right there with us. He is walking in the fire with us, holding our hand. He isn't the one who put us there. He doesn't have to be there with us, yet he chooses to do so willingly out of pure love. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and through the rivers, they shall not overwhelm you. When you walk through the fire, you shall not be burned, and the flame shall not consume you. Isaiah 43, verse 2. The next night, as I was driving home, I was going over this again, thinking, there is a God out there who will do this for me, and yet I am still not trusting him. I turned on some worship music, started singing, praying, crying, and I asked, am I ready to accept you in, Jesus? And although I didn't hear his voice, I felt the answer in my soul saying, you're ready. So I pulled over and prayed that he would forgive me of my sins, and I put my trust in him to guide my life. I drove home with a new peace, a new confidence, and a new focus. My focus is growing my relationship with God. The fear of death had been an all-consuming fear of mine, but it lost a lot of its grip on me, knowing of God's promise for eternal life. I am now growing a love for Jesus and trying to live by his word. I know that he is always there waiting for me with open arms, even when I mess up. I have had to let go of a lot of sinful actions and behaviors, but now I can see the Lord working in places I had not seen him before. I delight in knowing I belong to God and he will never leave me. Be strong and courageous, do not fear or be in dread of them, for it is the Lord your God who goes with you. He will not leave you or forsake you. Deuteronomy 31:6.